So I had a viewer ask the question, I see this mentioned a lot, but it seems impossible to maintain this hand structure, talking about the knuckle bridge, while playing octaves or large spread arpeggios. Is this a valid thought or am I wrong? So I wanted to answer this question because there's been a lot of discussion in some of my videos as well as in the comments about this hand structure and how that works in certain situations. So the general concept here is that when we play, our knuckle bridge functions as the high point of the arch shape. If you haven't seen some of my recent videos where I talk about the arch shape, make sure and go check those out. So we have this arch shape, goes up to my knuckles and comes down to my elbow. And this makes it really easy to stabilize my joints and produce force and put it into the keyboard. Now, what happens though is when my hand gets spread apart, notice what happens. This knuckle bridge comes down. Now, some people see that and they think, oh, I'm doing something wrong. Actually, no, that's totally normal. But what happens is, now see how everything's flat? Well, that's not going to work. That's like trying to play a scale, with flat fingers. It's not going to work because now there's no arch. It's just flat. So something has to come up, if you will, to create that arch shape, and that's what the wrist does. We have, the arch looks different, okay, but it comes up here and down. So you'll notice this, any professional pianist, when they play octaves, it looks like this. Now you will see some people, it looks a little flatter, and that's because sometimes people will have, shorter fingers, longer fingers, etc. But in general, the idea is the wrist comes up like this, okay? So if I'm playing a scale, really, prominent knuckle bridge, the moment I go to playing an octave or some sort of chord, notice how this comes down. Now you'll see some people, it's a little bit more prominent. For my hand, because of the shape of it, I can even do this where my knuckles are almost a little bit higher, but it's more comfortable to do this where my wrist is higher, okay? So the farther your fingers are spread apart, the more that knuckle bridge comes down, and that's when the wrist comes up. So if I play a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, oh, see that? From here to here, it starts shifting to there, okay? And this provides a very, very stable sort of structure to put force into the keyboard. Very strong, etc. And sometimes that wrist can be even higher, okay? And that can really help create a nice big sound when you come down on the keys, and it's very stable, it's very strong. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any other questions related to this, put them in the comments, and have a great day.